IZ community, Doc here. We've been getting a lot of questions in the office about the upcoming 9S speed course, so I decided I would shoot a quick video. I was just going to move during the video, but then I figured you wouldn't be able to see me because I'd be moving too quick. That's a joke. So the speed course, what we're talking about here is what's in the class, because the speed course was offered first in 2010, got rave reviews, people loved it. But it's been almost 2 years since we offered it. So I want to share with you what the course is about, tell you who it's for, and kind of dispel some of the myths about the class. It is a physical class, like a lot of the things that we do at a more advanced level. But the first thing I want to tell you is that you don't have to be a track athlete to come do this class. So let's start off in the beginning. I'm going to walk you through some of the basic concepts. And then, as I said, at the end, I'll wrap it up for you to go, all right, who am I going to apply this to? So the speed course really is, it's kind of my baby, because I love the concept of speed. As a power athlete, speed athlete, it's been a research topic, study topic my entire life. And one of the things I used to get really frustrated about was reflex time. Because whenever I was growing up, I'm like 14, 12, whatever, reading Black Belt magazine, and they were, years ago, they were doing these speed tests, reflex tests on Bruce Lee. And you know, the big thing was, oh, he has one of the fastest reflex times we've ever measured. And I thought, well, gee, if I want to be Bruce Lee, number one, I need to change my ethnicity, and I couldn't do that. And so, that was another joke in case you missed it. So I was trying to figure out, how do I get faster? So I studied, you know, all the different speed techniques I could at that time, and I just practiced being faster and faster and faster. As I got into school and really began researching physiology, one of the things that became very interesting to me from a speed perspective is that I can take the slowest athlete on the planet and the fastest athlete on the planet, and if I zap them with some electrical current, their reflex speeds aren't that different. So there had to be something more. So really the speed course begins to summarize all that material for you. The first thing that we're going to talk about in the class is called perceptual reframing. The idea that, how long is a second? Well, a second is as long as it needs to be. A second is as long as you perceive it to be. And so you hear athletes all the time talking about being in the zone. I was watching a special on LeBron James last night, and they were talking about his greatest playoff game ever, NBA playoffs, Game 5. It was 4 years ago. He scored 45 points, including the last 25 points of the game by himself. And they were showing clip after clip, and he just looked like he was alone on the court. And they asked him, they said, what's it like to be in the zone? He said, it's the best feeling in the world. Well, that's what we're talking about. Being in that space where time really doesn't matter. That is all a brain function. That's not so much at the nerve ending level. It's about how you have learned to understand and perceive time. So we're going to talk a lot about this idea of perceptual reframing, and we're going to put it into a context of something that's trainable. Now, why that becomes very important is that if I can't really change my reflex speed that much, what I can change is based off is my observation skills. And we're going to talk about a pattern or a map of the movement world, if you will, the decision-making world, and it's called the Ooda Loop. And it's I think it's one of our favorite topics here in the office because we use it all the time. It is a map of really how humans function, and it is, once you understand it, it will begin to inform you in a much more intelligent way about what you see in sports, what you see in relationships, in a lot of different things. And in terms of creating a faster athlete, what it helps us understand is that really the key to being faster in the real world isn't so much about how you move. It's far more about how quickly you can observe the world around you, how your brain processes those observations, and how quickly that orientation and observation piece leads you to a decision. Speed is about decision making. And so we're going to talk about, how do I train someone to make decisions faster? And that applies across the board. If you've got kids, one of the things that's interesting watching children grow up is they have to learn how to make a decision. If you own a business, you have to learn how to make a decision. And one of the worst things that people can do is wait and ponder and ponder and ponder to the point that their loop, as we're going to talk about, it's called the Ooda Loop, becomes very confused. So we're going to show you not only physical ramifications for all these things, but also life ramifications for this perceptual reframing concept. Now, the next thing we're going to discuss in this class, and again, everything in Z-Health, as you know, is conceptual and then drills. We're going to talk about what's called the less than 10,000 hour rule. Ever since S-Phase, we've been discussing the idea of deep and deliberate practice. The 10,000 hour rule takes a really long time to get really good at anything. Well, yes and no. In fact, there is a lot of research that shows that the 10,000 hour rule is overblown. meaning you can probably acquire very high-level skill in 1/4 that time if you do it correctly. So if you have athletes that are working to be better at something, if they have children that want to be good at a certain sport, if you would like to take up a new sport now and in 2 years be playing at the highest level possible, maybe in the state or maybe in the nation, there's a way to do it. It's through pattern recognition. And so we're going to talk about that conceptually, and we're going to show you how that actually applies in the real world, what to do about it. Now, as we move through the contextual ideas in speed, we're also, as I said, going to be adding drilling. I think that what most people, or many people, got out of the first 9S speed course was new vision training. If you want to understand vision work with your clients at a much deeper level than you've ever experienced it before, speed is the course for you. We're going to be utilizing a whole new set of tools, things that you've never seen before if you haven't taken the class. So we're going to be adding technology into the vision training field. We're going to be looking at different visual skills and also give you a much greater understanding of how to look at vision work as a whole and how to use it to enhance performance across the board. So if you think of S-phase vision work as level 1, 9S speed vision work is level 100, not 2. All right, there's a lot more information in 9S speed on the visual system. And I think for most people, getting that idea, the overview, the understanding that you really are only 4 different visual skills and how everything fits together and meshes together is invaluable. From there, we then move into the movement section. Now, because it is an athletic course, it is a speed course, we're going to spend quite a bit more time reviewing the mechanics of good athletic movement. So we're going to work on sprint mechanics, we're going to work on cutting mechanics, agility mechanics. The cool part for me, and I've seen people begin to implement all this, you don't have to be a field sport athlete or a track athlete to apply it. Because you can take the same exact drills that we're teaching in speed, add a band to it, and do it in a static position, and people get stronger from it. So whenever we think about, I've got a client 2 hours a week, what am I going to do with them? How do I keep them interested? How do I give them what they need in addition to what they want? You can take virtually everything that we're going to do in the speed course, load it somehow in a very easy way, and begin to turn it into something that every single one of your clients can do safely. So those are going to be the basic conceptual things that we're going to cover in the course. Now, let me answer the question of who should attend and who can you help. If you know me, I'm going to say you all should come and attend the course, because the speed course is what it is. It's a huge amount of information, and I don't put anything in any course that I consider extraneous. If it's in there, it's in there for a reason. It is a tool that you should carry around with you because you may need it at some point. So I believe that every Z-Health practitioner needs this course. The question a lot of you have is, or how do I prioritize? Which one do I go to? Well, if you've attended strength, you've attended sustenance, this is the one to be at. Now, some of you, you're going, okay, speed structure. That depends on you. I think if you can do them both, you should do them both. Because guess what? You get to do them again for free. It's the same thing I keep coming back to. Exposure to the material is exposure to the material. The more you see it, the better you become at it. So I believe that you all need to attend the course. But to help you kind of hone down, because some of you, maybe you're in more of a rehabilitative environment than a athletic training environment. Could you use the information in this course? Yes. Tremendously. In fact, in many cases in the rehabilitative setting or pain relief setting, the visual skills and drills that you will learn in the speed course are the thing that you're going to need to do with your clients. If you work in, some of you recently work in neuro rehab. Once again, fantastic sets of drills, even from the movement skills. So if you have a group of clients, athletes, ranging from rehab to our average client to elite athletes, you're going to find a lot of useful tools, not 1 or 2, a lot of tools in this course that with a little extrapolation you'll be able to apply across the board to your whole client base. So that's the course, that's what it's about. If you have additional questions, you can email us, call us, be happy to help you out in your decision-making process. This course is coming up relatively soon. It's going to occur in September 2012. Here in Phoenix, where it'll be warm and you get to wear shorts and be in the sunshine, which I like. It'll be really fun. We spend quite a bit of time outdoors in this class. I'm very excited to share this one again. So if you have questions, please let us know. I'll look forward to seeing you soon.